Glam fam, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is on this traditional Balochi inspired look. This is part 2 of my 5-part Pakistan Day looks of the week. So welcome back if you guys are coming from my last Bashloan video. If you haven't seen that one, check that video out. This week I am doing different looks from the different regions of Pakistan. Make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, you have your notifications on for whenever I post, and you give me a like. This literally took me all day to do. I've been so passionate about this project. And also for my Desi people who are watching this, I'm sure you guys did not know. If you did know, I'm pretty surprised because I had no idea. A lot of the embroidery that you wear in like your shadi clothes or clothes that you wear to dawats and stuff like that come from different regions in your country. So I thought that it was really interesting. I was doing a lot of research on it for this project. Also, it was really interesting to see that there's so many different styles of embroidery. And I also really like how the Balochi part of Pakistan, so Balochistan, is actually filled with people of Persian descent. So that's why their tradition, their culture, their style is very different. They like to wear a lot of block print, long type of jewelry, pennies jewelry, antique golds, antique silvers. So I wanted to incorporate all of that, all the stuff that I found upon doing my research on like the whole Balochi traditional look. I wanted to incorporate all of that into one glam, Hamna glam look for you guys. There were so many different pictures that inspired this look. So I honestly just went on Pinterest, went on Instagram, and just looked up Balochi girls, and I just started going through all of their clothes, their jewelry, the way they do their makeup, and this is what I came across. This is not that dramatic in terms of bridal wear. This obviously to me is a more modern take on it, but I mean, it's fashion, it's makeup. You can do whatever you want with it, put it together however you want. I'm really feeling this whole look. I didn't expect it to come out as good as it did. I feel like it came out bomb, and if you guys feel that way too, hit the like button. So this is the look I created for you guys. If you want to see how I got it, then just keep on watching. Today I'm going to be using the Mcgrath Labs foundation. So I got this sample card I think during like my last order from Sephora, and I actually really love the Mcgrath Labs concealer. So in the sample card it comes with the 5 different shade ranges, like I guess the medium color from each shade. So I'm going to go in with this one, medium 18. Again, this is the Mcgrath Labs. It's called the Sublime Perfection Foundation. I don't own this. This is a sample. So I am going to use this color. So the color is called medium 18. This is what it looks like, and I can tell that it might be a little bit too deep on my skin tone, but it's fine because I'm going to make it work. And also I really just want to see how this foundation works with the concealer before I end up actually buying it, because I splurged on 3 different shades from the Mcgrath concealer, so I don't want to like buy the foundation right away. And I'm actually going to mix it with this color. This is the light medium number 10, and this one is a little bit light. So literally the 2 shades that come in this little pamphlet thing, I am mixing the 2 and applying it. And I'm doing a very light layer because they only give you so much. So for the concealer, I'm taking my Mcgrath Labs concealer. This is in the number M16. And I'm just going to use this shade to cover up my darkness. And this isn't too much of a highlighting color. It's closer to my skin tone. I will brighten up underneath my eyes just because I always do that, but I'm not gonna do it like to the point where I'm doing like Kim K highlighting underneath my eyes. I keep thinking that there's blood on my nose because of my nose pin. This nose pin was actually Mina's. I took it from her. And these earrings are Reed's. I took these from her. It's like we all have similar things, but we all have different shades or different styles of them. So whatever we don't have, we always go through each other's closets and raid them. I've never been to this part of Pakistan, the Balochistan region of Pakistan. When I was doing research on this project and like trying to figure out the differences and similarities between all of the regions that I'm showcasing for this project, I was having such a hard time figuring out like Balochistan fashion and like the type of outfits the women wear. So it was kind of hard for me to figure out this look, but I mean, I really hope that I'm shining light to them and I'm staying true to their fashion and culture with this look. And obviously this is just an inspired look, so take it with a grain of salt. I think that's the phrase. I don't even know what that phrase means. Let me look it up. I always hear it. You always hear like older people use that phrase. Take it with a grain of salt. What does it actually mean? Yeah, so it just means like take it as if it's exaggerated. So yeah, that's what I meant, I feel like. So you can see that I just kind of evened up my skin tone. I really didn't highlight or anything like that. I'm going to highlight a little bit, not too much with highlighting powders, not necessarily with the liquid part. I'm actually going to go into cream contour because I don't want to do too much of a powder contour. I want this to be softer. So if I'm trying to do a contour that is supposed to look softer, I'll go in with just cream and then set it on top with powder instead of doing just a powder contour like I always do. But I'm going to do cream contour today using this same pamphlet because why not? It's in front of me. So I'm going to mix this shade right here called Medium Deep number 27 to do the cream contour. And they only give you such a small amount because this is a sample, but this is all I pretty much need. The one that's on here and then right in the little thing too. And I'm just going to pick it up with the butt of my sponge. And then if you get too much, switch sides. So I use the pointed side for my concealer. So now I'm using like both sides to kind of go back and forth and blend it. And honestly, if you're doing cream contouring, it's a lot easier because if you make any mistakes, it's easier to blend out, whereas with powder contour, it's kind of harder to blend it out. So if you're a beginner, this is actually way better to do than powder contour. And I have a full video on how to contour your face and bake and all that stuff. I'll leave it in the description bar below. So if you're still struggling with learning how to contour your face, definitely check that video out. I'm gonna go ahead and just set my face and then I'll fix it up with powders later on. So for the loose powder, I'm going into my Morphe Brightening Pink Loose Powder. And I'm gonna use this powder to pretty much set my whole face in like T-zone area where I just highlighted. So I'm also reverse contouring everywhere on my face. So underneath my contour line, the sides of my mouth, you saw the bridge of my nose. Some areas I do want to further brighten, like underneath my eyes and stuff. But this is just a loose pink powder that I'm putting down kind of everywhere now with whatever's left on my sponge. I'm just kind of pressing it all over my face because it's not going to offer that much coverage on my face since it is more of like a translucent, not completely translucent because it does have a tint of pink to it, but it just shows up more on the translucent side rather than giving you any coverage whatsoever. For now, I'm gonna dust off the excess powder and I am gonna brighten a little bit before I even go into the eye makeup, just because I want to finish up with my face. The eye makeup is actually really easy, so I can do my whole face and then do my eyes at the end and it'll be fine. So I'm just gonna finish up my entire face right now. I know usually I do my makeup in the weirdest order, but today I'm gonna try to keep it normal and just finish up my face and then do eyes. Okay, to further brighten underneath my eyes, I'm taking MAC Studio Fix powder. This is in the shade NC35. I'm gonna knock this out right now. I will probably do this step again afterwards, but you guys know I like to layer my powders because I feel like it gives you a softer appearance. So while I'm doing this look, I wish I had some more facts to give you guys about Balochistan, but I really don't. I've never been there. So I know people from that area of Pakistan, Balochistan, they speak Balochi. So those people are from Iranian descent. I actually didn't know that. I was doing research before putting this project together and I learned a lot of things that I didn't know about Pakistan. But a lot of their fashion in terms of like their style and embroidery also was very similar to the Balochistan one that I did. So it was kind of hard to differentiate the styles. One thing I did pick up on was the gam on it. So the gam is the embroidery. They're very big on block print styles and more tribal things. There are some things that I was planning to do for this look, but I'm just kind of winging it, and I'm gonna see what looks good and then I'll do it according to that. But I do have a lot of ideas. We are going to clean my nose pin. Sour Patch break. I have been so addicted to Sour Patch lately. Every time I go out or Danish goes to the gas station, I always tell him to pick up some. It's such a bad habit, but they're so good, man. For blush, I'm going into this NARS Dual Intensity Blush. This is in the shade Frenzy, and it has this blush and highlight tone, so I'm just gonna kind of mix it and create a highlighting blush with it. This is an orange colored blush, clearly. It's not that pigmented, to be honest. This used to be mine, and I ended up giving it to Mina, and I just took it back from her. I borrowed it, but I'm gonna give it back to her again. And it was in front of me, so that's why I was like, let me just use this. So I mixed it up, and I'm just gonna apply it. It's gonna take me a lot of layers to get good pigment out of it because it's not that pigmented. It's not the same quality as the original NARS blushes. Like, you know how the NARS blush in Orgasm, it doesn't have the same type of color payoff as that does. I don't know why, but it does give you a really nice soft blush color. So that's what I'm using today. What's up?
Just give me a checkup on you.
Okay.
I like your outfit.
Thanks. You want some Sour Patch?
No, I'm good. I was just gonna ask you, can I vacuum the basement or your...
Yeah, you can vacuum the basement. But don't come upstairs.
Yeah, I'm not gonna come upstairs because I know you're recording. Okay, bye.
Bye.
What?
Nothing. Are we gonna hang out today?
You like my haircut?
Yeah.
Is that why you're staring at me?
No, I just wanted to know if you're gonna hang out with me today.
Yeah.
I'm just going back into the fluffy brush I was using earlier, and I'm literally just kind of like a kabuki brush mixing everything together because I want it to look soft. I don't want this to be very intense. I mean, I still want to incorporate all the components of a contour, blush, and highlight, but I want it to be soft. Okay, I just brought you guys in closer. We're gonna start working on the eyes. So for the eyes, I am using the Violet Voss Essentials eyeshadow palette. It has very basic colors in it. I'm really only using this palette for the matte colors. It's gonna be a very smoky, sort of messy eye look. So I'm gonna start out by using the shades Sand and Terracotta from this palette, and I'm gonna build up my crease first. And I'm not gonna blow this out too high, so I'm trying to keep it tight in my crease first. Now I'm gonna go into a little bit of cinnamon right here and just kind of deepen it up. And I'm also gonna switch my brush. So for the crease, I was using the Morphe M573, and now I'm gonna switch to the Morphe M433 to use that deeper color because it's a little bit smaller, this brush. So I wanna keep it pretty tight here, near the lid almost, rather than the crease. And I'm honestly just applying it all over my lid because it's gonna help me with the smoky liner look that I'm trying to create a little bit later on. Make sure you keep your other blending brush handy, the one you used for the first color, to connect the shades together if you're doing a look like this, because it just makes it easier to kind of mix the colors together rather than blend and keep blending, because you won't always get the result you're looking for by just blending on top using the same color. So I don't think I want to use any metallic sparkly kind of shadows on the lid for this look. I will use a little bit of a shimmer, so I'm just going to dip into the gold from this palette and just kind of mix it onto my blending brush that I'm using to apply cinnamon, and just kind of mix it on top to give it a more shimmery effect without getting too glittery or metallic, because this isn't what this look is about. I just want it to look kind of really sultry and not too much put together. I don't want the colors and everything to be perfectly placed. I want it to just be kind of messy and blown out, if that makes sense. So for eyeliner, I'm taking it back to my Hashmi Kajal because I know it's going to do what I want it to do. So I'm just going to stick this stick in my eye and put it on. Okay, so for the top lid for eyeliner, I'm going to go into my Pat McGrath Labs Gel Pencil Liner. I'm going to go ahead and create a smoky line. And what I mean by smoky line is just like a messy straight line. I'm not winging it, I'm not doing that. This is just gonna be a rough, messy line. And before this sets, I'm gonna work on this eye and finish it and then do the other eye. So I'm dipping into black from this palette, the eyeshadow palette, on my Morphe flat definer brush, and I'm just gonna take a small amount of it, and I'm gonna first start working on my lower lash line a little bit. And now my top. And I am kind of giving it a little bit of an extension with the shadow, and I'm doing it smoky, so it's not gonna have any precision at all. It's just gonna be very smoky. Okay, and before I move on to the other eye, I'm just gonna go in and do that little inner corner piece that I usually do with my eye looks. Now the inner corner extension part has to be precise because otherwise it just looks like an eye booger. So I'm taking my Morphe 160 over 1/16 brush, and I'm just dipping into a little bit of face powder and kind of smudging this in. Now I'm going back into cinnamon, and I'm just gonna like dab at it and kind of blend that above the smoky black line, just to kind of give me more of a transition between the black and whatever is on my lid right now. So I'm just taking my NYX Epic Ink eyeliner, and I'm kind of perfecting this inner corner extension right here because this is the only part that I'm using the liquid line for. Otherwise, I want everything else to look very smoky, but this section right here has to be neat for me, otherwise it really bothers me. But I mean, feel free to skip this part, leave it out if you want. It doesn't matter, it's up to you how you want to do it. You don't even have to do this kind of like baby extension outwards. You could leave your eye shape round. I just feel like this is more flattering for my eye shape, so that's why I did it like that. So now I'm just gonna work on my other eye, and then I will come back to you, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, now is the time for some lashes. I am using the Eyeliner London Definition lashes. These are in the number 126. I was just cleaning my nose pin, and then I felt like this color didn't actually go with like the vibe. Even though it matches, I just feel like it doesn't look as traditional because of the gems in it. So I found a different nose pin that I had, which looks a little bit more traditional to me, and I feel like it matches a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this nose pin in right now. Yeah, I feel like it needed more of a gold tone nose pin. The other one was silver and red. If it was gold and red, it would have worked, but I think this works a lot better.
My black pajama with it, and black shoes. Oh no, not black shoes, my blue shoes. You know my blue dress shoes? The ones I haven't worn since I went back to work.
Can you take these away from me?
Bro, you finished that shit on your own?
Take it away from me.
You know I haven't even touched them yet.
That's why I'm telling you. Here. Here's the clip.
I got these yesterday. What's on this?
Bye. Alright, I got my lashes on. I actually really like these eyelashes by Eyeliner. They're pretty affordable too, and they're not real mink. I think they're faux mink, and they actually don't feel heavy. Okay, now that I've got my lashes on, I can kind of see the whole look, and I feel like it's not smoky enough. I think it looks too neat, so I'm trying to make it a little bit more messy underneath here with a pencil brush this time, just because I feel like for this look, the messier the better. And then once you've got your lashes on, you can kind of see the shape a little bit better too, and you can then decide if you need to bring it down a little bit more, if your eye can handle it. Because sometimes, like, I wouldn't just straight off the bat go in and start blowing out my lower lash line this strong without me checking first to make sure it fits the look and it fits like the face that I'm trying to create that day. But I feel like for this look it's gonna work, so I need to just go a little bit heavier. And then for a fun detail, I'm going into the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner. This is in the shade Starfire. And you guys already know what I'm about to do because I always do this. I'm just gonna apply a touch of it right underneath that inner extension, flick, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm gonna hit my top and bottom lashes with the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. Okay, the eyes are done. I just didn't do an inner corner highlight or an eyebrow bone highlight. I am retouching up underneath my eyes again because I did my face first, and whenever I do my face first, every time I do my eye makeup afterwards and then I'm touching my face to do my eye makeup, it kind of leaves prints on my face. So I'm just touching up my whole T-zone, re-brightening, and I might add a touch more blush. And then I think for this look I do need a little bit of a highlight because all the colors on my face are very neutral. I need something to kind of pop and make it stand out a little bit better. So I'm going to do my brow bone highlight. Now I'm dipping into the same face blush slash highlighting type of thing from NARS called Frenzy. I'm taking the gold side and I'm just going to highlight my brow bone with this. So I'm just gonna apply this with my finger now to make it a little bit more bright, a little bit more glam, if you know what I'm saying. So I think it's going on better with my finger because this palette is not pigmented. Literally, you have to fight with it so hard just to get some color to show. So I'm just using my finger, and I think I'm getting better payoff by using my finger. I feel like this could work as a bridal look if you were trying to do a traditional bride. I mean, do what you gotta do. You don't have to wear it like this, but I just feel like it fits better. Okay, finally, now the last step, lips. I'm taking my Makeup Forever lip pencil. This is in the number 12, and I'm just gonna line my lips with this. Now first I'm going into this MAC lipstick. It's called Bad and Bare. It's a satin lipstick and it's more on the brown side. And I'm applying this first. I'm not sure what lip color I want to do today, so I am going to mix. I like this by itself a lot, but I feel like it needs to be mixed a little bit, so I'm going to mix it with Morphe liquid lipstick. This is in the shade Peanut. So it's kind of like a terracotta nude. And I'm just gonna mix it in the center and kind of mix it around. Okay, now that's it for the makeup side. Now for the jewelry side, I also have this long necklace that I want to layer with the necklace that I'm already wearing. This actually isn't a necklace. It's like one of those belly dancing coin thing, like waist chain thing that you put on. This is a Reed. I borrowed it from her. Reed is my oldest sister. I borrowed it from her for this look. So I pre-curled my hair using this wand. It's very small, so you can see, I mean, at the start of this video I had tighter curls and they definitely did open up a little bit. So I'm just gonna kind of leave them messy and out because I have two different dupatta options. So whatever I do and change about this look depends on the dupatta, okay? So I have two dupattas. I have one of these dupattas, and I was trying to do a turban style. So basically just tying this on my head because people in Balochistan traditionally do this where they like tie it around their head. So I might do something like that. Let me just show you guys the second dupatta option. Okay, so the second dupatta option, it has this kind of attachment on it. This is called kiran. So they usually put this kiran on top of dupattas, and it's very symbolic towards like Pakistani and Indian brides and weddings and stuff. Now this material is lace, so I don't know if I could make a turban with this. I feel like it would kind of look awkward to just kind of like, yeah, see, it looks awkward because it's lace. If I do the turban thing, which I really want to incorporate, I might just pin this on the side. I actually low-key feel like it's kind of taking away from the other detail because it's too shiny. Alright, this might be out. The kiran dupatta might be out. I'm sorry, Mom, because this is my mom's dupatta and she really thought that it would work with this look. But I feel like this dupatta will probably work best. Now, this dupatta is actually a chunat dupatta, so like you don't iron it. It's supposed to be crinkled up like this. But since I'm going to do it as a turban, it'll smooth out and I think it'll actually give it some grip and make it easier to create a turban this way. Okay. So I'm gonna try my best, but don't expect much from me because I'm not a dupatta professional. Like, I don't really know how to even tie a hijab properly or pin a hijab properly. So I'm gonna just do it as roughly as possible because the idea is like Will Turner. That is the idea. I gotta make sure that the length is equal on both sides. Since this is a pretty long dupatta, it's kind of hard to tie it in a knot. I'm literally splitting the two and clearly mixing my hair in it too. That's why it's hard to tie. But I'm splitting it in two and then I'm just gonna tie it in the back. Oh shit. Okay, so I tied it halfway through one side like that. Okay, I did the turban and I kind of made one side short so it sticks out and you can see it from the front a little bit. I felt like something was missing about this look. At first I was thinking the coins chain that I put around my neck to put it on my head, like on top of this turban. But then I was like, that's too pirate. So I have this necklace here, which also has the similar coins thing. And it has the block design. So I'm gonna actually put this on top of the turban. Okay, that's it for this look. I tied the dupatta onto my head. This is actually a necklace that I used for one of my mehndi colorful looks that I created like a bunch of videos back. It was part of my Pakistani bridal series. I felt like it looked incomplete just with the dupatta tied to my head by itself. So I wanted to incorporate the pennies on my head too. I'm gonna give you a little twirl. So this is the outfit. This is actually my mom's outfit. It's slightly big on me. The sleeves are oversized and you can see that the embroidery is very true to Balochistan style. The material of this dress, I forgot what it's called. I'll ask my mom what it is and I'll leave it in the description bar below, but it's basically like that tissuey fabric that feels crinkly, but it's not. It's actually really soft. This necklace right here is my mom's. This is a Reed's. This is a Reed's. This is mine, the dupatta's mine, the shirt is my mom's. So shout out to my whole family for getting really involved with this project that I've been so passionately working on for the past few weeks. This is part 2 of my 5-part Pakistan Day look. So again, this is from the Balochistan region of Pakistan. This is their traditional look. I hope I did it justice. If I didn't, please let me know. If not, take it with a grain of salt. It was inspired by whatever I could find online. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to my channel. Turn my post notifications on if you want to see the rest of the 5-part Pakistan Day look. Leave me a sweet comment and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! This is part 2 of my 5-part Pakistan Day. What is this shit called?